Hello, everybody. Welcome into November 29th,
Welcome into
2025.
November
I've confirmed my
29th,
audio in my
2025.
ears
I've
from
confirmed my audio
on YouTube.
from
Get us out live with the Zoom homies. The Zoom homies.
Get live with the Zoom homies,
Bill,
the Zoom
Darren,
homies.
Rich, Greg,
Bill,
Sam,
Darren,
Robert
Rich,
Michael.
Greg, Sam, Robert Michael.
Those of you that didn't know, Robert's Greg's twin
Those of you
brother.
that didn't know, Robert's
Welcome
Greg's
in,
twin
guys.
brother.
Good to see you.
Welcome
How
in,
are
guys.
you?
Good to see you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, Ken. Thanks for asking. I
Well,
need
I'm
someone to
fine, Ken.
respond
Thanks
so
for
I can
asking.
verify
I
audio,
need someone to
please.
respond so I can
Hello, Jeff.
verify audio, please.
Jesus
Hello, Jeff.
Rock, you bugging us again?
Hey, I was easy on you today. I didn't do a lot of Da Vinci like I could have done. I mean, I did a lot of Da Vinci, but I didn't share it. I was showing some respect to my elders. Jeff Ryman joins us, and Chris Garrett and Max. Scott was first. He says, "Hi all." Robert was second, taking a nap. I just woke up from a little nap. Greg was third. He was on Zoom with Ken and Robert, and yeah, there was a bunch of us on Zoom. Rick Lakes was on Zoom earlier. Didn't stick around very long, but he was there. Hello, Rick. Here, fourth. Tony Wallow's been a member for 17 months. I've had my membership running now for 17 months. Whoa, I find that hard to believe.
Mm,
Um,
what?
yeah,
Peppers.
yeah, it's hard to believe. Sam is in the house. One Fish 26 says, "Hi, peeps." He's got snow, and more snows. I see a snowflake, snowman, and I'm not sure what the first one is. Ellen says, "Hello, Sir Ken." Hello, Ellen. Hello to One Fish from Ellen. Hello to everyone from Ellen. John Williams says, "Tomorrow's the last day of the month." I know. I was just seeing who's paying attention. Congratulations, you won.
I was
And
watching the K-State highlights reel. That's why I was a minute
did
or two late.
did they win?
Yeah, 24-14. So they're 6-6.
Well, they'll go to some kind of bowl then.
And they had snow on the field today.
Everywhere had snow on the field today, and we had snow in the driveway. My niece called me and said I can't get up the driveway, so we went out and she and I shoveled the 2 lanes for the tracks for the trip, to drive up. And I like to never got it in the garage, but it's in the garage, and we got rain predicted. Now I have an echo coming from somewhere. I got to figure out where this is. It's not constant. It's intermittent.
I think even
I know
Pittsburgh.
who it is. Do what?
I think even Pittsburgh gonna get snow.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear him complaining about that. Yeah, I know today's the second day to the end of the month, and I know tomorrow's the last day of the month. I was just testing and seeing if people paying attention, and seeing if people actually read things, the description, the title, and things. And you did. Congratulations. Take your right hand, put it on your left shoulder, and go, "Good boy, Dougie. Good boy." You'll feel much better about yourself. John says hello to Rick. Scott says hello to Rick. Rick says hello to John and Scott, I believe. And John is asking the $1 million question: has it stopped snowing yet? It has here. I don't know about anywhere else, but I know that it has stopped here. Thank goodness. Because when I woke up, I started my coffee. I opened the garage door to look out to see how much more snow we got. And the 2 tire track lanes we have are still there, and there's no issues. So no more snow. In fact, I think it's all going
I
to wash.
see it. I do see it on the radar.
Is it snow or is it rain though, Chris?
Let's see. Looks like it might be light snow. It might not even be hitting the ground.
That would be nice. I was shocked because my niece called me when she was leaving. She says, "Oh my God, the roads are covered here and it's snowing really hard." So I went out to look here, and we got a flake here and a flake there. Nothing. We're good. It's good here. By the time she got home, which is 15 minutes or so, we're covered. There's a half an inch of snow on the ground, and it's wet snow, so it makes it driving up the ski slope nearly impossible. I said, "Just stay on the street. We'll clear the drive. I put some salt down, some chemicals down, in combination of the two, and then I'll bring the car into the garage because I got experience at doing it. Not that I'm any better at it, because I still kind of swung this way and that way and coming up the drive. It's horrible. If I could redo that driveway somehow, I would. I really would. John went to, or no, Scott went to Walmart yesterday. Was nice and quiet for Friday, let alone Black Friday. Ours was busy, but I don't know. I don't think it was that much more busier than normal. Um, and I'm not going
Some
anywhere
cars,
tomorrow.
some cars do good on the driveway with snow, but
If your driveway's at this much of an angle, there ain't no car coming up that. I mean, you guys have seen my driveway. It's not coded correctly. Correct. Anyway, yeah. Ski Man says watch the second short video with no snow and had no audio. I will rewatch that and see if there's no audio, then I will delete it. But there should have been audio, but I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. But I'll look into that. Thank you, Ski. Sam has been a member for 16 months. So Tony's been a member for 17. Sam's been a member for 16. Thank you, Sam. Greg working at Walmart. Yeah, that's just a thing that Robert did. By the way, the thumbnail tonight, the image of me is a AI generated picture of me from ChatGPT from Robert with 3 different images of me to get that one image. I thought it did a really good job. Long Dog is in the house. Let's see here. Let's see what he says.
Greg working at Walmart with a cigarette.
So what was
light
okay?
purchase.
Long Dog is in the house, and let's see here. I'm having trouble with the mouse. You sound relatively alert for someone who just woke up. When I'm awake, I'm awake. What can I say? I took a power nap, and man, did I need it. So what was the real reason they wouldn't purchase anything from Amazon? I don't think the real reason that they just said they don't use Amazon. I don't think Doug pursued it, and I don't know.
Well, my response would have been to that. Boy, why do you hate America?
Yeah, really. So, I mean, it's a good question. Speaker and streamer bot are on vacation. They're turned off right now. They don't work. They will be back when they come back. And I think I put in exactly what Sam copied and pasted for my description. They are on vacation until further notice. They're not coming back anytime soon. Sorry. I will learn my lesson one of these days with screwing with things. I will learn my lesson with if it don't break, don't try to fix it. Jim's saying, no, I won't. Yes.
Not a chance in hell.
Oh, there's a chance. There's always a chance. Are they
He's
eBay
been hanging
resellers
around someone
themselves?
from Pennsylvania too much.
Yeah, he's starting to wear off, that's for sure. Long Dog says, are they eBay? No idea. I doubt it. I do not know.
Of course.
I don't know. I saw exactly what you saw. I don't know if you were there from the beginning or not, but they bought it from eBay. You know? Scott, Wabbit Hole, yeah. Scott says hello to Jim. You say something in chat, Jim? Let's see. Oh, no, he's saying hi because you're on Zoom. Rest in peace, Speaker Bot. We'll see. We'll see. Like I told Jim earlier, there's things coming up on this channel that people are going to go, what? Susanna Morgan, proud single mother without the proud single mother is in the house. Hello, Susanna. Josh Ghetto Knight, Fortnite, Dr. Doom, Gloom, whatever, he's in the house. Hello, Ghetto. I get out of the house and sprayed the snow. I get out of the house and sprayed the snow on the driveway to melt it quicker. You get snow on your driveway rather than shovel it. What would you spray the snow with? I'm just reading.
Snow to melt snow.
That's Long Dog at 10:05 said, I get out the house and sprayed the snow on the driveway to melt it quicker rather than shovel it. I have no idea what he's talking about. I didn't realize it.
My bladder wouldn't hold that much.
I think there's something that sprays salt.
I sprayed salt. I took my little cup thing I got. I get in the salt bag and I spray it out the driveway. Works every time. Let's see. Scott John Williams felt bad. 15-year-old laptop with a used drive with Windows already installed. I think that's what I didn't realize it was a laptop. Apparently, I didn't catch that part. And I caught the part they bought a used hard drive that came with Windows 10, if I remember right, pre-installed on the drive. I thought it was going in a desktop. I didn't realize it was going in a laptop.
Doesn't matter.
That's well, yeah, good point, Jim. You're right. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't freaking matter. You're buying a used spinning Rust with an operating system on it.
Yeah.
As opposed to even a solid state drive would be better.
They could have got a solid state drive.
Long Dog says, well, if you use the hose to spray the driveway, and I obviously ran through my head a brief moment, surely to God he's not talking about using the water hose, because if it's snowing, chances are the water is going to turn to ice, which is going to worsen the situation. And he was making a ha-ha joke, and gonna have to talk to him once again about humor.
It's possible. It's possible when they bought that drive that it was configured for their model. I'm not sure exactly.
There's a lot of on that particular eBay dealer, whatever you want to call them. I've noticed that pretty much all the drives that come installed with an OS are actually for specific models of Dells and HPs.
Was the Bluetooth adapter even able to get updated to 4.2? Again, Scott, I don't know. I watched using the word watched very loosely. Doug was on from the beginning of when he finally showed up 10 minutes late to when he finally ended 3 hours and 22 minutes later. He was on. Was I watching him the entire time? I was not. I was on Zoom. I was on DaVinci. I was trying to find some thumbnails. I was working with Bill trying to get some. I was not. And I forget at what point in time, but it finally got to where I've got Zoom and Doug talking at the same time in my ear, and it gets a little confusing. So I was like, do I mute Zoom? Do I mute Doug? Do I mute Zoom? Do I mute Doug? So I chose to mute Doug. And then
I
Zoom
had
kept
some errands to do, so about 1 o'clock I just left. So I gave him 2 hours.
I think he did touch basically briefly on Ghetto's little problem, but I don't. And the email that Ghetto sent Doug is not the full story on what's going on with Ghetto's Mac Room Reflect. As we all know,
the full story.
Well, I was getting ready to say, as we all know with Ghetto, it takes a month to find out the full story. So, and he couldn't grasp that when Doug connected, if Doug connected, to make sure to give him the full story, which thankfully Doug didn't connect, because that'd have been another 3 hours and 22 minutes. I gave up. It was nice to see Doug. Yeah, I enjoy seeing Doug trying to help people. And didn't Doug help that same couple? Like,
Yes,
okay.
it's the second time I remember seeing him on
That was Maggie May, that song, Maggie May.
I was wondering what that was about, Chris, when you put in Rod
There's a
Stewart's
song,
Maggie May.
May.
Yeah, Rod Stewart. I was like, what is Chris talking about? I couldn't figure it out. So
I wish Doug would have got it if I would have said that.
Doug is very bad at getting cultural and historical references.
I know she probably would have laughed. She probably wouldn't have been offended. She probably would have laughed.
She may have heard that. So I got 18 people watching with 6 likes. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I know 6 goes into 18 3 times, and that's not a good ratio. So please, if you're watching, make sure to hit the like button. I don't think that it really does anything other than I can say, please hit the like button. Now I got 7. Look, just like that. You asking, so while we're on the subject of money. Oh, come on. That's a little funny. Nothing else going on in chat. So what's up with you guys? You guys have a good Saturday? I had a great Saturday. IU won by 100 to 56, 44 points. And it could have been a lot worse than that.
I didn't watch it because we didn't have a watch party, but K-State became bowl eligible, so.
Yeah, and Ohio State finally broke the Michigan jinx, and they beat Michigan, which that's probably a good thing. The more I think about it, the more I would rather it be Ohio State. Because this way Indiana has a chance to avenge their two losses from last year. They lost to Ohio State and they lost to Notre Dame. So you're
Georgia
going to
played
see
last night.
who played.
Georgia played last. They played yesterday
Indiana
afternoon.
played last night, yeah, and then Georgia played last night. They beat Georgia Tech, right?
Yeah,
So they're clearly going to be in the CFP. Now, do
that
they?
that wasn't a SEC game though.
What, Georgia Tech?
That was
Georgia
just
Tech's not SEC, are they? Aren't they
I don't think they. I
ACC?
think Georgia Tech is ACC, aren't they? If
yeah.
Wintermute was here, he would know for sure. I can't keep up with the conferences anymore. They change so often that you can't keep up with it. And then you got the Big Ten that's got 18 schools that go all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. And that's just ridiculous. Wintermute, Georgia Tech equals ACC. See, I told you. I knew I'd keep him on staff for a good reason.
Yeah,
I pay him good
they
money.
did good. Georgia Tech did good, but I knew they wasn't going to win on Georgia.
Well, so you wanted Georgia to win, though, right, Chris? I mean, don't
Yeah, I
confuse
wanted
me.
Georgia to
Okay.
win. I just said that Georgia Tech did good though.
Right. Now, are they in the championship game for the SEC, or do you guys even have a championship game?
Yeah, they should be. Georgia should get something.
Well, they'll go in the college football playoff or pool or whatever, the CFP. They'll be in that. They are the fourth ranked team in the nation, so they're going to be in that 12-team playoff somewhere. Um, I know Indiana's going to be there. Ohio State's going to be there. Regardless of who wins the championship next Saturday in Indianapolis, both of those teams are going to be either number one or number two or number one or number three seeded teams in the CFP. I don't see either one of them falling out any lower. Do I think Indiana can beat Ohio State? I think they can. Do I think they will? No, I don't. I think Ohio State will probably be the Big Ten champions next week. I just would love to see them win and avenge that game. So we'll see. We will see. Oregon won today. They beat Washington. Washington. Maybe I should have slept a little longer. I'm just going to invent my own language. I really don't have a whole lot tonight. I guess I want it to snow more often because if it keeps snowing, I'm going to get to 500 streams for the year. I jokingly said on the second live stream tonight that I had to go in and change the thumbnail now because this was my second live stream prior to this. Greg says, "Let it snow, let it snow." Now, boy, did it snow today. Robert and I were sitting here watching Ryan Hall y'all in the different areas of the country and the different weather cams and traffic cameras, and it snowed. We got a lot of snow. We got lucky. According to the radar, we could have got dumped on really, really well, but we got lucky, and storms are kind of weird in how they move. So John Williams is supposed to get about 13 inches of snow. Yeah, I heard Madison's kind of going to get hit pretty good. It's the same old team winning. What Ohio State for years? It's either for years in the Big Ten football. It's been Ohio State or Michigan for years. It's been that way back to when I was in high school. Occasionally, Iowa would sneak in and win. Occasionally, I think Wisconsin got in there 1 or 2 years. But for the most part, it's always Ohio State and Michigan. They are big football schools. Indiana, they will not win 12. They will not be 12-0 next year. Just they can't do it 3 years in a row. I think they'll be competitive, but I don't see them going undefeated. They might not make it back to the CFP as well. The basketball team today finally looked like they may have gotten their act together and decided to play basketball. I know 10 days ago they were up 19 points early in the first half, and I'm thinking they're going to cruise to a good victory here, and they barely won by 5 points, and they literally had to dodge a couple bullets to do that. So we'll see. I know they play. They got a Big Ten game this week. I think it's Minnesota at Minnesota, and then they play Louisville, and then they play Penn State, which is really weird because they have two Big Ten games in December. Then they play Kentucky for the first time since 2010 or 2011 because they got mad at one another. The two schools got mad at one another, and that's good to see. That's a good rivalry to have, Indiana and Kentucky. Just 2.5 hour drive between Indianapolis and Louisville, which is really weird because Louisville obviously is in Louisville, Kentucky, or Louisville, as some of us call it. The University of Kentucky's real close to Louisville, Kentucky, so it gets a little confusing. We need a new pickle and get rid of the old pickle. Yeah, I saw something where your coach is there for next year. I don't know. Speaking of new coaches, what's going on with the guy from Mississippi State? Has he made an announcement? Has he said anything? Scott says, seems like every time I look out, it's snowing harder. They called for 6 to 8, maybe if it snows like this all night. Yeah, I hope our snow does stop. It looked like it was slowing down a little bit. I'm just not ready for snow. And I mean, there wasn't that much snow on the driveway, and that dumb car at that angle just can't do it. I backed it in too. I've always heard it's easier to back up than it is to pull up. I don't know. Maybe whoever told me that was wrong. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Hold on, I'll cue Jeopardy. Oh no, I can't. I don't have the speaker and streamer bot working. I do have something I want to work in. You guys remember the movie The Jungle Book, the cartoon version of The Jungle Book way back in the, let's say, 70s, I believe it was? Scott says Driver.
Yeah, I remember it. Might have been earlier than that.
You remember the vulture sitting on the trees and they were like, what are we gonna do today? You remember that bit?
No, unfortunately I don't.
I'll share it later. I downloaded it earlier today. For some reason, I always think of situations like this. Well, what do you want to do? And there's actually nothing here. Energize. Pretty funny. Well written. And that, how many times has that movie been redone? At least what, 3, maybe 4?
Don't remember.
And now everything that was cartoon for us is now live action. And it's ridiculous, in my opinion. Driver, energize. Yeah. Beam me up, Scotty. I did get an email from Sonny today. He did send me a new Da Vinci thing. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. It looked really cool. It's a background, much like what you see here, but it's created in Da Vinci. This is just slides. These are actually jigsaw puzzles that I do, that when I'm done, I take a snapshot, screenshots, whatever you want to call it, of the picture. And then I bring them into Da Vinci and then I animate them, zoom them in and out, and put them in my background. And he did 2 of them. Pretty cool. And his email said, play with this and see what you think. I think Rick's going to have a stream tomorrow, I believe. I think he said something about that earlier tonight when he was on here. If not, I'll ask him when he comes on in about an hour. And I really don't have anything unless somebody's got something. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. No? Let me see if the button will work. Oh, wait, I did something and no one is going to believe this. I unplugged my Stream Deck. Progress is being made, Jim. Progress is being made. Wait, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? It worked last night. The Wrath of Khan. With Ricardo Montalban. I thought that was pretty good. If Scott, John, since you're watching, I know Mabel did not go anywhere today, which is good. Mabel is our friend out of Iowa that streams. She was going to go on a road trip, and she was getting up at dark 30 this morning to go somewhere. Don't know where. Again, she doesn't tell me these things, and she didn't go, which is good because Iowa got absolutely plummeted. To me, that was one of the best Star Trek series, and the Wrath of Khan was my favorite. Yeah, I thought it was too. I liked a lot of the Star Trek. Wrath of Khan. Yes, John is questioning. Yeah, it was Star Trek. Wrath of Khan. Ricardo Montalban, or how the plane, that guy.
Yes, it was the second Star Trek movie with the original cast.
Yes. Yes.
And it was a follow-on to an episode that he was in the regular series.
Yes.
Right.
Space Seed.
See if this is going.
Silk and satin, feel the night. Ooh, yeah. Glitter falling, golden light. Shine, shine. Every step, a whispered tease. Moving slow like honeybees. Shimmy, shimmy, watch me glow. Oh, oh. Take it high and bring it low. Down, down. Velvet shine, I steal the show. Flow, flow.
That's all, folks.
Not going to happen. Not
So
anytime soon.
CD command does that lobby thing.
Yep.
That would be annoying to keep doing it over and over.
I think it was CD. I don't remember how they are or were. I got them written down somewhere.
It
I don't know where it's at.
It should be restricted how many you can do.
I think it can be. I've got to look into it. I've got a lot on my plate. I really do. The video that came out earlier today was supposed to come out on Thanksgiving, and it just didn't. I got busy doing other things, and I put it on the back shelf. I've got a golf video right now that I'm working on. It ain't going to come out anytime soon. Of course, we're in December. Golfing shouldn't really be.
I bet Alex will help you eat it.
Yeah, I'm sure that he would. With that, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for being here. You know the deal with the email address. If you want to be on Zoom, send me an email, and I may actually start it tonight and see, because I intentionally waited last night about an hour and there was no emails whatsoever. So thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow on Rick's. Have a good night. There will not be a fourth live stream from me today, pending. If I go to my garage and open it and all you see is a sheet of white, I'll do a live stream. I sound like Forrest Gump, don't I?